So hello everyone. How are you?
Hello,
All good,
fine,
Bazira?
thanks. How was
Max, Flo, Honey?
Yes, I'm fine.
Cool. So
All good.
we're gonna talk about this big week, this funny weekend, and what it means because there has been so much going on in the world of AI over the past weekend. It's crazy, guys. So it's about just taking some times to reflect on this
Mhm.
and see what it means for people, for everyone inside the AI space. I'm just checking that the live is correctly set up because I don't see it working, even if I'm live now on LinkedIn. Yeah, all right. Seems to be okay. Guys, it's been a big week. So let's start head on with a bit of a summary of what happened. So on Friday, we had the board of OpenAI that got reunited and started talking about ousting Sam Altman from the board. The declaration that they've made is pretty crazy. They were saying that they were basically lacking confidence of about Sam and his ability to tell the truth about whatever was going on inside the company, and so they decided to take him out without notifying Microsoft, the main investor, or any other people inside the company. From what I understood, that's what happened, and so big thing on social media. Everybody was talking about it. We can just share a bit like the different articles maybe, but it doesn't really matter to just talk about all those articles. Maybe Bazira, you can prepare a few articles that we need to check and you want to share your screen at some point. That would be interesting. I will just authorize you to share the screen. And yeah, maybe we should right now think about fast forward what happened. On Saturday, some of the OpenAI employees said that they were starting to resign if the board was not resigning because they were not happy with the decision. So they hosted Sam Altman. The employees said, no, we don't want that to happen. In the meantime, Mira Murati, the CTO, was named interim CEO before they were finding someone else. Then what happened is that so much things happened during the Saturday and Sunday. What we know is that there has been a lot of discussion on whether Sam Altman could come back. So when I woke up on Sunday, I was like, okay, yesterday they fired him. Today they want to hire him again. And then at the end of Sunday, what happened is that Microsoft said that they were hiring Sam Altman along with Greg Buckman, which is the other founder of OpenAI, along with Mira Murati and Ilya Sutskever. I think it's how you pronounce the name. So there was like 4 main players in OpenAI. Sam was the YC guy, Y Combinator. He has been like the head of Y Combinator for so long. He's super connected, has a huge network. And he's basically the guy who managed to bring the deals, to bring the money in, to get the people excited about what they are building. So that's one thing. Mira is a girl, CTO, that has been working at Tesla. She's really young. She started working at super high level of the AI industry at Tesla, and she became the CTO. And so the 2 other players, Greg Buckman is another very talented scientist who is mostly the guy under the most, like I would say, most functional aspect of things, how ChatGPT works. He's the guy behind the ChatGPT idea, I think. And there is Ilya, and Ilya is the chief scientist. So we need to understand the power play on those 4 people and try to like expand on what exactly it means. So if you look at it, you have like Sam and you have Greg. those two are much oriented toward business, from what I understood, like really business oriented. While Mira and Ilya are more about like AI safety and stuff like this. So there is already two kind of like vibes inside this four founders group that is interesting to acknowledge. And why it's important is that basically this company, OpenAI, was created at the origin by Elon Musk with Sam Altman and with those other players to make safe AGI, so artificial general intelligence, for everyone, for the whole humanity.
As
so
a
if you look
non-profit.
as a non-profit that was also open source, right? And now there are
open source. I'm not sure.
I'm
not sure if they were like. Oh, okay, yeah.
Really?
But like I from what I recall, like I remember that the idea was like Elon Musk got this idea with other people, but that if someone like is like someone will control like the best AI will rule the world. So he just wanted to prevent, like they wanted to prevent this by just like entering the game. Yeah, but at some point it switched to a profit company.
Yeah,
I think it's related to Microsoft.
I think what happened is that they realized that they need a lot of money. I think that's the thing. It's like to train this big, transformers.
It costs
the technology behind AI is called the transformers. That we talked about it. It's generative pre-trained transformers. So to use that transformer, you need to take data in and process the data to multiple layers to create basically a map. And this map, literally, Maxime, you tell me if I'm wrong, but this map is literally a file with ones and zeros inside. It's like a model is literally a file with ones and zeros compressed. So it's like if you take all the data in the world and you compress it to some file. Yeah, at the end it's one file, but the compute power that you need to create this file
get to that file, like it's the training, right?
Yeah, it's the training thing.
At first you have a simple model like that don't do anything, then you train it. So then it's starting to like apply bias, etc. It's starting to learn. And when this is done, like you can save this file and load it again for future use.
Yeah, but and this is from that file that you start the chat. Yeah, exactly. So it's important to understand that, okay, those researchers, they started with, okay, we want to do safe AGI for the world. Now they figure out like to do it, they need to have massive compute power. So they close a deal with Microsoft. Microsoft took 49%, and they realized that they cannot just go for non-profit because Microsoft is the biggest for-profit company in the world. Right? It's kind of one of the biggest ones. And with massive cash to invest. So the power play was already kind of interesting before this event started, because you see a bunch of researchers want to make safe AGI for the world. Inside this bunch of researchers, there is like a Sam Altman who is like profit oriented and wants to actually get to the market and know how to launch and how to raise money. So Microsoft gets in. They launched ChatGPT. They have massive success for a year. 2 weeks ago, they are announcing a massive update into ChatGPT that will enable you to create custom ChatGPT. So very, very close to this my ChatGPT idea that we got at the beginning, Max. So like creating specific ChatGPT for each and every use case. And then a few weeks later, ta-da! They fire Sam Altman and the whole thing turns upside down. So I think it's like it's a Game of Thrones story, really. Like I've made fun of this, but
it's crazy. And also like it seems like it's just like a communication issue between Sam and the board. I don't know. Like it's just what they were saying.
But what could have happened? What could have happened, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like they didn't succeed in like reaching an agreement or a sufficient level of trust between the board and Sam at some point. I don't know why. So yeah, they decided just get him off the board, which yeah, I don't know. It will take some time for OpenAI to build that trust again, like, but from the public side, I don't know.
Yeah, crazy, right? And so fast forward, this guy is fired and then sent to Microsoft and then hired again. Because on today's news, he is hired again as head of CEO.
At OpenAI?
Yeah.
Yeah, but did he accept it?
I don't know, but that's the thing that's going on right now, and it's crazy because this was sent a big turmoil, and so it's like pretty crazy. So yeah, so I want to deep dive probably on who are the different players. I think it's interesting to look at this as who are the different players and what are they exactly doing, because the interesting I'm playing detective now, but the interesting stuff is that Ilya is supposed to be the guy who motivated the board to resign, and and after that he signed a letter. He signed a letter saying that he regrets, like with all those employees, they have 700 employees, 500 employees, or more than that. I think it's 700 out of 770 employees in total, who said that they would like to resign if the board doesn't change, if the board who fired Sam Altman doesn't go. So crazy gossip story, because you're like, okay, so even the guy who hosted him, so what Ilya could have done, or what could have happened? There is so many rumors, and one of them is saying like Ilya probably discovered AGI, so he managed to figure out this high-level super intelligence AI, and they didn't disclose it. And so Ilya is known to be very scared and very skeptic he's really scared about safety. And so the one of the thing would have been like, okay, we have discovered something crazy. Sam Altman is not saying it to the board because he wants to go for profit and just go fast. And then the board says, no, we want to make sure the AI is safe.
Safety concerns.
Safety concern, yeah. The board main objective is to make sure that the mission of the nonprofit is fulfilled.
Yes.
So organization
of the nonprofit
chart of OpenAI.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're sitting at the nonprofit stage.
So what is the big missions of the nonprofit it actually is? Like what do they want to achieve?
Ensure safe AGI for all humanity. That's the mission.
Yeah.
Safe AI.
Safe AGI. Safe artificial general intelligence.
Well, that seems like a big goal.
It is.
Yeah. Like that's the essence of the creation of OpenAI. Like really, they wanted to be one of the first to like get AGI, so it couldn't be like done by a profit, like by a for-profit company that will then like have too much power and will take over like the world. So like it's really like to prevent some kind of dystopia, but I don't know.
Yeah. So you see my screen right now?
Yeah, we do.
So that's the structure of OpenAI. So board of director, which is the board of director that fired Altman. Then this public charity non-profit company, so they control this, and they only own the OpenAI GP LCC, which is this company down here. And there is also another company for employees and investors. And those employees and investors own this thing. So the charity owns the company that owns the capped and for-profit stuff. So it's a pretty crazy structure. If we
like Microsoft is in a sketchy situation here.
Yeah, because Microsoft
they cannot do anything. seems. I mean, it's Microsoft, so they can do, but
I mean, right now they can do a lot,
don't know.
because right now, as Satya Nadella, he was saying, Satya Nadella, he had an interview on OpenAI, I think the latest one. So yeah, this one. He's saying,
oh yeah. I mean, that's the only thing they can do, like hire everyone. We cannot hear
Yeah.
like what you're sharing. We cannot
Okay,
hear the
okay.
video.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
so.
like when they choose to invest that many billion, they just chose a partner because they trusted OpenAI, right? But
Yeah.
I think they would be fine hiring everyone, but it's also like, I don't know, like there's 30 billion somewhere that maybe will be lost, but
Yeah. I think so. What they plan is like, we're going to write off that investment, and then, you know, because there was so many turmoil at OpenAI side. So this is one thing. They started to find for new CEOs all over the weekend, and they couldn't find anyone, because all the employees at OpenAI were like, fuck, like this middle finger.
yeah, but
There is a story
yeah,
that says like all the employees at OpenAI inside the Slack, they didn't show up when they announced the new like CEO that was replacing Mira Murati, and so that they really said like this middle finger stuff. This is a rumor. Huh? This is not like, I don't know if it happened really, but it shows that there is something crazy about this, which is they are not going to be able to find someone that is as powerful and as appreciated as Sam Altman inside OpenAI to navigate the boat. It would have been cool to have Mira, but
you can also see that because all the articles that people have towards Altman and
you were just cutting off a little bit.
A little bit again.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but what were you saying? We can hear you clear now.
Okay, I was just saying that articles are saying the same thing. The loyalty people have towards Altman is making all of these people move towards Microsoft, and OpenAI is losing very important.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the thing is that with this big investment, and that's probably why Sam is returning to OpenAI, because they don't want to lose that much investment.
I'm not frankly, like I don't know, because if Sam Altman like created OpenAI as a non-profit, like going with Microsoft will be like losing the party, right? Or you will lose the game, because then you will move all this intelligence to a fully for-profit company. So it doesn't really make sense, I think, for Sam Altman to go with Microsoft.
But how much Sam is committed to this?
It will just be like for ego, I think, right? Like just to say fuck to the board of directors, but that's it. So I mean, if he started OpenAI with some friends for a non-profit to kind of like do research on AI and save the world, like it doesn't make sense to then like go with a for-profit company and bring like all the research you did as a non-profit.
Yeah, but they already did half the way, man. They already did half the way. They started as a non-profit with Elon Musk. Elon Musk was so pissed when they became like profit-oriented. And now they're just completing the switch from completely good for humanity, that's wonderful, to we do this and then we do a bit of safety and then we do a bit of profit, and then now Microsoft is kind of taking over, because now the interest of Microsoft is going to be like, Satya Nadella is going to be like, no, now I want to have my seat on the board. I want to sit on the board. He was not sitting on the board before, but that's probably likely that now he wants to sit on the board because he wants to make sure that this thing doesn't happen again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Does that bring any question for you guys? Annie, what do you think? Power play.
Yeah. Sorry, can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just, yeah. I mean, like this whole thing is like from my personal point of view, like this whole thing from the tech industry, like for an outsider like me, I think it's this whole really like a high school drama thing. Like, okay, they have like a communication issue, and like, a bunch of people like, I don't want this guy. Like, if he stay, I'm not
Yeah.
stay.
I think
And you know, and
you're
then they
cutting
go
off a
in
bit.
and okay, I'm leaving. I fuck you up. Bye bye. And then the next day he coming back, and I'm like, it does sound like a bunch of high school drama. And
Yeah, it
like
does.
for
It does.
tech business, the funny thing that
Yeah.
and you think about it, like you know, like us, like trivial people, like the normal people, we are affecting too much by the people. They actually have too much power that we actually follow their story, and then we also can feel that they actually not that mature somehow, and we still being affected by them in a way. And you know, this is
Yes.
crazy.
Yes.
You know, the crazy that those certain people in the world that have so many impact to many people's life that we have to follow to their story, and then those people they actually not even that mature about their life or their work or whatever, and you feel it's scary in a way, isn't it?
Yes, it is, because businesses are built on top of OpenAI API.
Yes. And
Mhm.
like right
And
now they are holding so much power.
yes,
It really
yes.
can change lives and change the futures and everything, and they're still not able to get their shit straight. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
right.
okay, we don't know where the heck it is gonna go. And we like watching it a little bit funny story, a little bit, you know, like going with the drama. But then I feel on the other side a little bit worried it because like, dude, this is what the future gonna be.
Yeah. So that's the point, and it's a good point, Annie, because we advocate as a team for open source, right? We want open source models and open solutions and alternatives to this OpenAI stuff. So it's interesting for us, but it should be worrying and interesting at the same time. Because if you think about it, like as I said before, for me, it's about what are we building for the next generation, and how, do we want this AI system to be owned by one like big player, or do we want to have multiple other solutions that exist and that people can choose from? And that's a big shakeup. I think open source AI community has never been in so good shape that right now, because there is now so much people that are looking forward to get alternatives, play with other kind of models, know how they can not put all their eggs in the same basket. And they are totally right. We cannot trust them. We cannot trust OpenAI. It's the hard truth is like they're not mature enough. Like we were just hearing so much about AGI going to destroy the world and blah blah blah. No. It's like the humans right now that are the problem.
Yeah, the human behind it is the problem.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, because the AI, the AGI right now, they have so many power, like so many, like it could bring many things that we cannot see ourselves in the future without it. So like I think we're gonna be more and more dependent on it in a way, right? And so it's hard for, you know, like human to actually just one source, and we don't have any other option. I don't think that even like the goal of the people behind AI is to giving free open source for everyone, for the humanity. But I don't think in the long term it is tradable. And
Yeah.
in a business sense, like yeah, they can be like non-profit right now, they can work for a better goal right now, but in the long term it's hard to say. It's really hard to say, and it's really hard to give that, you know, trust inside a big issue, just, you know, just based on trust.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a little
I
bit
think-
of comment. I think we should, again, I'm just looking at it, but funnily, like George is saying that, okay, is this binary file, is compression intelligence? So it's funny, like actually, yeah, compression is intelligence. If you think about it, if you manage to compress all your data into one thing, compression is definitely intelligence. That's a really interesting thing to understand in AI. So even if you're not coming from the AI business, you need to, the AI technical stuff, you need to really see it as a file with ones and zeros. It takes a lot of data and compress it. So yeah, I think it is. There is Ralph also saying, okay, good that Linux development started differently. I think it's a fair point. Linux is the operating system behind most of the servers running in the world. And it's another Game of Thrones kind of story. It's more like a Lord of the Rings. Inside, there is one big leader in Linux that is the creator, but then it got distributed a lot, and it's a totally different story. But so I agree with that. And
it's open source,
yeah, it's open source. It's really open source, by the way. So it's kind of different. It's not open, whatever. That is closed. That it's a real open source project. So
yeah, but I think like as you shown the schema of like how OpenAI is set up on the legal standpoint, it's kind of, I think it might be a bit complex to manage a situation like that, where you have a non-profit and you have a lot of money in a profit, but that's owned by the non-profit. So, but I think it's a standard way of doing things, and a lot of non-profit
not really
projects.
Not with that complexity. Not with that complexity. Remember, there is this other entity with the employee and the other stuff. So it's kind of a bit messy. There is one guy who made a screenshot of the organization chart inside ChatGPT, with the image to say, like, tell me what can go wrong with that stuff. and the ChatGPT was saying, like, oh, it looks like a very complicated structure. You should make sure that So even when you send the chart to the AI, the AI kind of realized that it's already a complex stuff. So,
and because we don't know what's in the company that Microsoft bought. I mean, I didn't follow like all of this, so I'm not aware of everything. But maybe in that company, I don't know if there's the actual AI model, or I don't know.
They didn't. They just said to Sam Altman to come with Greg. They didn't take any technology, but they have everything. Satya Nadella yesterday in the interview, or 2 days ago, he said, like, we have the compute, we have the people, we have the power, we have everything. Like, we really don't need OpenAI, but we are committed to a partnership with OpenAI, blah, 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 because we want to have innovation. And, the fact that OpenAI is an entity on its own enables Microsoft to innovate fast. And so he was obsessed by saying, on Friday, I was obsessed by innovating and committed to a partnership with OpenAI. On Monday, I'm still in the same shoes, but now I need to hire Sam Altman to do it. Yeah. And now it's another story because he just came back.
And it's good also for Microsoft, like in terms of like how Microsoft is seen from like the rest of the world, because it's an old company. Like a lot of people are using their product, but not a lot of people are really liking them. It's just that it's there and it's Microsoft.
Default mode, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's good for their image as well to like partner with OpenAI.
Yeah, sure. So next step of the story, it's already the end of the 30-minute discussion. It was fun to just take time to discuss that. I think one thing we didn't discuss is, like, for me, the big pain is, like, I would like to see Mira CEO more. I think it's just better to see a woman at the head of that sort of organization than power play, like, men stuff. And so I'm sad that Mira doesn't stay CEO.
I am also sad because of that, because I think that women should be seen more in the
especially in that sort of critical, it's probably the biggest thing. They are probably going to invent the biggest thing ever in the story of humanity. So better to be created by like a woman. I think it would be much more powerful to have this kind of powerful statement. And she's already high in the organization, but I think she would have like smoothened the curve of detractors and people who don't like OpenAI for some reason. I think she could have had a better output on this, but Sam is back.
Yeah, I think like the woman is kept like very much, how do you say, in the background. Like Mira is doing a lot.
Yeah.
But we always talk about Sam Altman and the way he rules everything, and he's the front figure. And it will be, I think it will be very great to see a woman taking that role. I think it will do a lot of difference.
Yeah, same.
And you,
So,
and I
yeah.
think that the interesting about that episode, I think it adapted all attention on Sam. Like usually, like the media only love the male figure, but it actually the women's are like steadily and silently.
Oh, I think Annie is cutting off.
Behind creating a lot of attention.
Annie, you're cutting off, but I kind of get. I think we got your main point, but you were cutting off at the end. So yeah, I think basically. That can close our call for today. I think it's going to be a good opening also for the next discussion that we're going to have around ethics and bias and what is good, what is well represented in the data in ChatGPT. There is so much like stuff in the AI models. If we are training AI models on every data of the word, is every data of the word representing the word properly? That's the big question. And the answer is no. But
no, and you don't want to miss, because that was pretty interesting. It will be very interesting. You don't want to miss that part, because we found very, very, how do you say, interesting stuff about AI.
Yeah, sure. Ethical AI is one big topic that we're going to cover in our next calls, guys. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining this call again. And thanks for the people who commented and joined also the discussion with us in the comments. We're going to keep doing that sort of stuff. Right now, it's not very regular, but as much as we can do it, we do it. And still, if we still have fun doing that stuff, we'll keep doing it. So stay tuned. And thanks for everyone, guys. It was an interesting discussion. See you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
See you next time.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.